Right, hi and welcome back to our educators. So for today I'm going to continue with discussion for activity 3.20. So for this video I'm going to discuss question number 1 and number 2, and in the next video I'm going to meet you with question number 3 and number 4. Okay, so without any further ado, to get started. Okay, so based on my steps, my first thing first, I should read the question lah. So decomposition of calcium carbonate by heating. Wait, I changed the highlighter color. Okay, calcium carbonate by heating okay, is as follows. CaCO3 produces CaO plus CO2. So basically this triangle shape shows its heating process. Okay, so nothing to worry about that, it's just a process, so you don't worry, and it's not related with your calculation. Okay, it's just to show that heating happens there. Okay, what is the mass of calcium carbonate? Okay, that's your question. Mass of calcium carbonate required to produce 1.2 decimeter cube carbon dioxide gas at room condition. Okay, so this is your question. Then make sure you write all the chemical equations. Okay, so this is the chemical equation, right? So CaCO3 produces CaO plus CO2. Okay, so this is my chemical equation, right? Okay, then I should do what? I should write the info that I have. Okay, so they say produce 1.2 decimeter cube carbon dioxide. So this is my carbon dioxide, so I take a different pen and write. Okay, 1.2 decimeter cube. Okay, where? Room condition. Okay, that is the two informations that they gave to you, right? Okay, so 1.2 decimeter cube is the volume, room condition is the molar volume. Okay, and then mass of calcium carbonate, so they want mass of this thing. Okay, so I close this side. Okay, this steps no need lah. Okay, there's this one only. Okay, so I want mass of CaCO3 and I have information about CO2. So I should do my calculation from whom? CaCO3 or CO2? Obviously CO2, because I have information about CO2. Okay, and they gave volume. So once I wrote all the information, my next step is find moles. So I have to find moles. Can I find moles with volume? Yes, I can. I use the third formula. So what is the formula? Okay, so the formula states number of moles. Okay, wait on. Number of moles, and the unit is mole, equal to 1.2 decimeter cube over my molar volume. Because they say room condition, so I have to get the room condition value. So the theoretical value for room condition is 24 decimeter cube mole negative 1. So just write it lah, 24 decimeter cube mole negative 1. Okay, then do calculation. 1.2 divided by 24. 1.2 divided by 24, you'll get 0.05. 0.05. Okay, unit decimeter cube I can cut. So I have mole, so I bring to up lah. So I have 0.05 mole of CO2. Okay, then after I find moles, I have to do mole ratio. So how to start my mole ratio? First from chemical equation, then from what I find. So the ratio between whom and whom? Between CaCO3 and CO2. Why? Because I want to get CaCO3 punya mass and I have information about CO2. So the mole ratio between both of them only. CaO not included. Understand? Okay. So just write lah. 1 mole CaCO3 produces 1 mole CO2. Okay. Then in my lab I have 0.05 mole of CO2, right? So I write below here 0.05 mole, and then try to get the number of moles for CaCO3. Okay, so you know you can do cross multiplication. So if you do cross multiplication, 0.05 mole just times with 1 divide with 1 lah. Okay, So divide with 1, nothing happens. So you will end up with getting 0.05 mole again, but this one belongs to CaCO3. Okay, but what do they ask? They ask the mass. Okay, I have the moles and I want to find the question now, which is mass lah. So I write back the mass formula. Okay, so let me to write the mass formula. Sorry, where's my previous question? Yeah, it's here. Just copy from here. Okay, so this is my formula. I already have number of moles for sure. Then I want to find mass, molar mass. Do I have molar mass? Not yet, but I can find how, based on this relative atomic mass value. Okay, so I know CaCO3, right? Okay, so Ca, how to do the calculation? Okay, just proceed. Okay, my number of moles is 0.05 as usual. 0.05 mole. My mass is somewhere here. Okay, and then molar mass. Okay, Ca is 40. Okay, 40 plus carbon, another C, which is 12. Plus with O3, 3 times 16, and the final unit is gram mole negative 1. Okay, so write back 0.05 mole equivalent to mass over molar mass. Okay, so 40 plus 12 plus 3 times 16, so I got 100. Okay, you can do the checking twice, just to ensure that no careless mistake you do. Okay, because the main issue with students currently is careless mistakes, so make sure you don't do any careless mistakes. Okay, so CaCO2 40 plus 12 plus 3 times 16, which is 100 lah. Okay, then I get my mass lah, just change the position. So 0.05 mole times 100 gram mole negative 1 equivalent to your mass in the unit of gram. Okay, then just press your calculator. Mole and mole you can cut. So 0.05 times 100, so you get 5 gram of CaCO3. Okay, so this is the amount of CaCO3 that is required, okay, to produce your 1.2 decimeter cube of carbon dioxide. So this is your final answer. Okay, very simple and very straightforward question. Okay, so now you can start to do the next question, or the next question is here. So you can read and do first the question. You can pause the video for a while, and then after you done find the solution, the final answer, then you come back and watch the video. Okay, so I continue with this question. Okay, as usual, write my chemical equation first. So Zn plus 2HCl produced ZnCl2 plus H2. So my equation already balanced or no? You can check, but it's already balanced. So after I write my balanced chemical equation, I should write the info that I have. So the info that I have states what is the mass of zinc. So they want mass of zinc. So mass of zinc is question mark. Should produce to produce 0.5. Okay, so they say moles of hydrogen N equal to 0.5. So the issue is between zinc and hydrogen. Then with whom you should start? Whether you should start with hydrogen or zinc. For sure hydrogen, because you have informations about hydrogen only. Okay, but basically you already have the number of moles, right? They already gave the number of moles for hydrogen. You see, so you can skip the find mole step actually. Okay, you can simply go to the mole ratio. So your mole ratio is between zinc and hydrogen, right? So 1 mole of zinc produce 1 mole of hydrogen H2. Okay, and in my lab I know I have 0.5 mole of hydrogen gas. So how many zinc I have? Find the question mark. So cross multiplication, 0.5 mole times 1 divide 1. Okay, so you will end up by getting 0.5 mole of zinc. Alright, so I already have the mole. Okay, already have the mole ratio. You did the mole ratio and you get the zinc, and you want the mass. The question is mass, so can you relate mole with the mass? Yes, of course. Which formula? Again this formula. Okay, so just copy back the formula. Okay, and write it here. Precise. Okay, so my number of moles is 0.5 mole. Okay, mass I want to find. Okay, molar mass for zinc, only zinc, so I can get it. How? Here lah, they say zinc is 65, so molar mass we just need to add the unit. So 65 gram mole negative 1. Just change the place lah, because you want to find the mass, right? So 0.5 mole times 65 gram mole negative 1 equivalent to mass in the unit of gram. Okay, so just press your calculator. 0.5 times 65, so you will get 32.50 gram. Okay, why? Because mole and mole I can cut up and down, so my final answer is 32.5 gram of zinc lah. So you can simply write okay, mass. The one that you should write below here is not a mass lah, I just write, okay, mass of zinc, what is here, should be used. Oops. That should be used is 32.50 gram. So this is my final answer. So this marks the end of the video. So I hope you get something from this video, especially the second question. Very easy and straightforward question. They already give you the number of moles. You don't need to find anything, just do mole ratio and use the mass formula. So one thing that I want to advise to you here is, please be careful when do this calculation question. The moment you saw a calculation question, don't get confused or stressed out or get nervous, or please don't get excited, because most of the candidates, they won't get marks for the calculation questions, not because they don't know how to solve, but the issue is they tend to do careless mistakes, and that careless mistake swallows their marks. Okay, so please don't ever do that. Alright, so I hope you can continue doing the question number 3 and number 4, which is quite interesting also. Literally the solution is same with question number 1, so please continue to do and make sure you get the final answer, and I will try my level best to post the video as soon as possible. And for the students who are studying in English version, I would promise to you by end of this year I will make sure all the playlists for Form 4 English version chapters are there, because I understand your paper 2 is focusing more on Form 4. So that's why I'm taking my time and putting my effort to record all the videos slowly and make sure you understand. Okay, so that's it from me for this video. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to hit the like button. Okay, thank you and bye.